Let's go to Allie, who is on the line in Fresno, California. Allie, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. How's it going?
I am living the dream, Allie. How can I help?
That's awesome. Cool. So a little bit about myself. I'm 40 years old, and I have worked professionally in the public relations field, in government, in nonprofits, different agencies. Right now, I'm working part-time at my church, just in the office. And then that was a decision my husband and I made so we could spend more time with the kids. But upon entering the baby steps, realized I needed to supplement my income. So now I do also public affairs consulting. So I have a couple clients there, and that's actually, it's lucrative. I don't love it, but I'm good at it.
Good.
And, it pays the bills.
Good.
So I've always had this pipe dream, though. I don't know. Maybe it's not a pipe dream.
It's not.
But...
I can tell you right now it's not. I'm going to correct two things you said so far. Number one, you're 40 years young, not 40 years old. And
okay, I like that.
Yeah, and this is not a pipe dream. It's a dream, and no longer, starting today, are you going to feel embarrassed or silly to talk about it. Tell us what it is.
Okay, cool. So God has done some really big miracles in my life, and I have been able to share those on a couple of different stages. And I just loved the motivational speaking. It was like when I was done, you get that high like you get after you go running.
Yeah.
It just felt really good, and I got really good feedback from it. And
good.
I've even had people tell me they've had dreams that I was a motivational speaker and that I was sharing about all these different things God has done in my life.
But your problem is, Ken, how in the world do I turn that into the amount of money that we need? And I don't know how in the world I'm going to do that. Am I right? That's your question?
Totally.
Okay, it's the wrong question. The right question is, Ken, how do I get started? Because once you get started, that's all you need to worry about. And then you're going to chip away at it, and you're going to keep doing it, and you're going to keep doing it, and you're going to keep sharing those stories that are clearly connecting with people. And then you get to a point where you gradually grow into it. So, for instance, do you think, Allie, that I just got a national radio show 2 years ago with Dave Ramsey?
No, I've been listening to you. I know how it goes. It's about baby steps, right?
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. So just change your mindset for a moment and go, 5-7 years from now, it would be awesome if the only income I was making, and it was what we wanted, was from me speaking, writing, whatever, sharing those stories. So who's your target audience?
Women.
Yeah. Is it in the faith
families.
space?
It totally can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay, great. But you see why I'm asking you these questions? You need to know that first.
Right, yeah.
Who's your core audience? Who do you most want to speak to? What message do you want to share? Why do you want to share it? How do you want to share it? Those are the questions you have to answer. Those are real questions. That's your homework assignment.
Right.
And write it down. Well, Ken, I want to speak to women as young as 16 and as old as 66, whatever. Just write it down. Here's the type of message I want to share. Put it out there because it's very personal to you. We don't have time to uncover some of the miracles, but I'm telling you, your message is based on your past, because either the pain that you overcame, or the journey that you've come through, whatever the miracle is, that's the heart of your message, and you want to share what you've experienced and what you've learned. Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, great. So now we know what the message is. Why do you want to share that? You don't have to answer that now, but you need to answer that on paper. Why? I know.
Oh, I know why.
I know you do.
I think it'll change people's lives.
There you go. There you go. But my point is, write that down. Okay? And be specific. Let your heart bleed on the paper. Why? And then say, where do I want to see this message shared? What events? Do I want to be a published author? Do I want to speak on the women's circuit or whatever it is? I don't know. My point is, by you getting that vision really clear on paper, it's not so scary anymore, because then you go, okay, so now I'm going to back up. Now that I know what Mount Everest looks like, which is what I just instructed you to do. Now, how do I get there? That's how I got into it. I knew I wanted to do a nationally syndicated radio show. I knew I wanted to be a best-selling author, but I had to start with high school football. Play-by-play on the internet. 2 people were listening. The kid next to me and my wife, because she's a good woman and she probably only listened for a couple minutes so that she could say she listened, because she had 3 babies at home. Okay? That's where I started. But I incrementally worked my way into it, and that's what you're going to do. So the great news is, let's review your current situation. You're making really good money. It's lucrative, at least, is what you said, as a public affairs consultant because you're really good at it. So instead of letting that be something you go, oh, I'm doing public affairs consulting, I'm not speaking, and I'm dying. No. I'm doing public affairs consulting, I'm really good at it, and it's making the money that my husband and I need to get out of debt, which is going to change our life and fast forward my dream. So therefore, the public affairs consulting job is funding your dream. That's your new mindset. That changes everything. All right? And so then you go, okay, I'm going to start speaking anywhere and everywhere. I don't care what the money is, no money. I'm just going to go share my heart. And the more I share my heart, the better I get. The more audiences pass my name around, and I'm going to grow. And then I'm going to go to conferences. I'm going to study the best female speakers out there. I'm going to immerse myself in proximity to women who are doing what I want to do. And in doing so, you are going to learn, do, and connect, and you'll eventually get there.